All right, hey everyone. So I've been away from my computer all day. I apologize. I saw a bunch of those emails, but this is good. This is a good learning opportunity for a lot of you in the course. Um, I'm not going to be sitting around my computer at 10 or 11 o'clock at night the day that these assignments are due. So a lot of you got there at the end of the due date and ran into some issues and couldn't get it submitted. So that ought to be a warning kind of going forward that you don't need to put this off to the last minute. All right. If you run into problems or anything, since it's online, you have to send me an email, wait for a reply, and kind of work things like that. So I don't want everybody to be struggling there at the last minute trying to get all these assignments turned in. But what I'm going to do, so this is good. This is a good opportunity for us to learn. I've extended the assignment. So Lab 1 has been extended until this Friday. Everybody has a chance to go back in and edit it. And I'm going to run through some of the problems that I think everybody's running into. Okay? So, first thing, make sure you're paying attention to this right side. Okay? This right side has all of the feedback that you need to know about what to answer or where you're at on the page. Okay. Now, if I want to go back and edit other things, I can. Okay. But you can only edit the portions that are measured. Okay. And what I mean by that, these are the measurements that were taken from our PowerPoints. Okay. The volume of a 10 milliliter graduated cylinder. I forget what it was. I don't think it was 5, but it would be like 4.6 or something like that. I can't remember. Um, that you can go back in and edit that. It'll take you to this page, and you can go back in and edit this information. Now, what that's going to do is click. Next problem. Okay, so I'm kind of in the middle of this lab. Uh, But if you haven't answered, let me go back up here. This is the portion that I edited. Let me make sure y'all can see me. Yeah. So this is the portion that I just edited. I changed 5.0 to 4.6. These answers are still wrong, okay? And that's because these are calculated based on the information that you put in here. So, uh, once you have missed this problem, you can't go back and do that again. All right. So make sure that you're getting your information correct here before you move on to the next problem. Okay. So next problem. What else? So this is just a conversion from Kelvin. This is based on the information I entered here. So I want to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit, uh, 20 and 50. So just to save time, these are not the temperatures that are correct, mind you. 20 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. All right, so 68. Come back here, put that in, 68. 50, 122. And now pay attention to what the right side of my screen says, because that'll tell you how come you're missing these problems. So this calculation is for 4 sig figs. All right, so I need to increase the number of sig figs. I guess I'm going to have to do the math myself. Oh, let's see. I apologize. Actually, I can do it right here on this calculator. So times 9 over 5 plus 32. Calculator. We will say 20 times 9 divided by 5 equals plus 32. Okay, so it is 68 even, but it wants 4 significant figures. Okay. So let's add 0.00 and 0.0. That gives me 4 sig figs on both. Let's see, submit. Exactly 3 sig figs on this one. Okay, submit. All right, so that's why I say look at the right side and see what it's telling you, why you're incorrect, and then you can try to adjust it from there. All right, usually it's just going to be the number of significant figures. Other times it'll tell you you're wrong, your answer's off by more than 10% or something like that. That means your answer is just wrong and you're doing something incorrectly. So go back and check your math and see what's going on there. You can also do like I do. You know, go to one of these other little sites and see if you can't figure out what the answer is. Try to get it right and then figure out how they got it. Okay, so my goal here is not just to punish you for every answer that you get incorrect. My goal is to get you to figure out how to do it the right way. All right, so with that being said, I'm giving everybody till Friday to go back in and edit answers. You can email me if you're having problems. Send me a screenshot of whatever it is you're working on, and particularly include this right side because that tells me what the feedback is. So get it down to where you're working on next problem, or if you need to edit something, come up here and click edit. But send me that screenshot with the feedback on the right hand side, and that'll help me guide you much better. All right. So what else? Is there anything else? Yeah, so as I said, the only things you can edit are this kind of information here, the measured values. And those measured values, I don't have my Cougar View open right now, but those measured values come from your Cougar View, the PowerPoints and the walkthrough video that I go through. That's where you're getting that measured information. Okay, remember this lab is about measurements. So we take the measurements on those little, we do it in person, and then we take a picture or a video and we provide that to you. And so your job is just to look at the PowerPoints or the videos, read those measurements off of the devices, whether it's a graduated cylinder or a ruler, whatever it may be. I think the balance to get the weight was another one. And you'll get that measurement and then put it in on your Chem 21 labs. Okay, so just if you have any questions about editing or whatever, as I said, if you missed these problems where you had to calculate, you're not going to be able to go back and fix those. You can edit these to where they're correct and you'll lose a lot less points, obviously, right? Yeah, and then I think you also have the ability to reset your lab as long as it's not past the due date. So I can't get to the end, but I think after you have completed a lab, there is an option somewhere for you to reset the entire lab and do it all over again. Now, I wouldn't recommend that if you think you got most of them correct, okay? Like if you're just trying to do one little portion, I wouldn't reset the whole lab, but if you want to, that's fine. You can I think you can reset the entire lab, start from the top, and go back through again. And if you do it a few times, you'll actually get much better at it, and you'll probably end up getting a better grade. Now, what I'm not sure about is when you reset the lab, whether or not it gives you the opportunity to answer these again. I know that I can reset the lab on my end, but I'm not sure if it lets you on your end. So if anybody gets to that point and they want to try to reset the lab, you can email me then and we'll try to figure out if you can or not. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. So we'll kind of figure that out together. But that's it for now. So everybody go back in, and if you want to kind of rework the lab or make some improvements, whatever you can, you've got till Friday at 11:45. And once again, don't put off all the work until the last minute, because I'm not going to be sitting around waiting on emails and trying to respond to everybody right up until the deadline. Okay. So try to get those in, a day ahead of time, so that way you know that I'll respond. I'm usually pretty good about responding, but that way you give me some time to make sure that I respond and can see what you're working on. Maybe go in and check your answers, whatever I have to do. All right. So that's it. I will see y'all next week. Bye.